Hello, everybody. Welcome back if you are tuning in from last time, or if this is your first, that's probably the more likely option because this is only the second episode. Or, if you're tuning into the future after a ton of these are out, if that's a future that's happening, welcome to the past. You're listening to a fragment of something that happened a while ago, and it's kind of wild. But if you're watching it, as soon as it goes up, man, this doesn't apply to you at all. But still, welcome back. And you know what? Today, I had a topic that I was going to talk about. I think, at least. I had a topic that I was going to talk about that I just completely forgot. Uh, and I kind of don't really know where to go from here. But you know what? I think that's totally fine. It's all right to be stuck sometimes. No, that wasn't just a flawless segue into what I can talk about. But you know what? Let's just talk about that. Being stuck, being unable to get out of the place that you're in right now, be it physically, emotionally, relationship wise, or whatever. If you feel you're not able to move, anywhere, what do? You kind of panic, right? Or like, if your big brother or sister, has a hold on you and they're hugging you real tight and you just want to get out, but you can't because they're a lot stronger than you, and you scream for mom and then she says break it up unless she doesn't because she's entertained by it. You never know. But that happens, I guess, you get stuck sometimes. Or when you're in a really deep hole, when you fell down a hole and you hurt your ankle or something and you got to wait for a little bit or you got to call for help. You know, if you're stuck, it's not a great place to be, but there's always ways out of it. Some require you to look a little harder and some require you to look a lot harder. But a lot of the times, if you're stuck, you can ask for help, be it someone who's near you or far away, because sometimes if you're stuck in a hole, you got to yell a bit loud because you're panicking, but it's good to be able to have people that can get you out of being stuck. And I feel that's a very important part of my life as well. I love surrounding myself with people that I know at any time would not hesitate to help me should I be in a situation that requires it. And I also like to be that person for other people. I love to be the person that you can go to if you need something, if you need anything. And I feel like I've done a pretty decent job so far of being that person. Obviously, it's hard for me to help sometimes because I've had a pretty good life. I really have. Sometimes I don't see it, because I'm mad or angry or whatever. But those are temporary things. Overall, I've had a really good spot. I haven't had anyone like leave me in a super painful way. I'm also unbearably naive, so I can't really tell if someone's trying to hurt me. Which, is not always a bad thing. Blissful ignorance is. You see, blonde jokes, right? Dumb blondes. No offense to you, if you are a blonde at all, because that doesn't mean all of you are. But, like, they seem to be the happiest people because they just don't know what's going on. And I say dumb blonde, but that doesn't mean blonde. Just like inept people seem to be the happiest because they just don't know what's going on. And they might be stuck. They might feel stuck in terms of like intelligence aspects. But I feel like with a lack of that comes a lot of sociableness. Yeah, I can say that. Comes a lot of sociability. And then they can surround themselves with people who help them out, even if they're not the brightest brick in the tool shed, But, I don't know. I'm kind of getting off topic. I don't really know where to go from here, but I can say something about this, right? But, sorry, I had to mess with my setup. Where can I go from here? I can go in the direction of where I was before and being the person that is the one that you can go to for help. I like to be that person. I like to try, at least. But even though I don't know how all the time, like with, really, really heavy topics, I'll always be there to listen. And I'll always be there to talk with, or talk at, or vent with, But there have definitely been times where I was just completely stuck on what to say. I had no idea where to go. simply because I had no experience and I didn't know anyone with any experience like that before. And that was really, really hard for me to deal with. I was not used to not being able to say anything. I'm a very talkative person, if you couldn't tell by me making videos of me talking. But it was really hard to just be genuinely speechless and to type up things and backspace them over and over again because you knew it wouldn't be the right thing to say, or you thought it wouldn't be the right thing to say, which I feel like is another dangerous thing. Thinking about what to say or overthinking it more specifically. Obviously, you don't just want to put no thought into someone who really needs help. But overthinking it can be dangerous because it kind of makes it look like you're feeling what they're going to feel for them, like you're putting words into their mouth and thoughts into their head. And not that's not super good. Sometimes you just got to let loose. If you know it's not going to be like offensive or painful, then sometimes you just got to let loose and say it because it might just be exactly what they needed to hear. But then there are other times when you overthink and you don't think you can take that chance because you don't know them very well or you don't know what they are going through. And sometimes your help, quote unquote, can be exactly what they didn't need. Can be the exact opposite of what they needed. And that hurts way, way more than it does to not be able to say anything at all. Because then you know you can't take it back. And if you try to take it back, it just hurts them more. And it's just it's a whole downhill slope, man. It's a mudslide of nastiness and yee. But then there are the positives of it. There are the good things that can come from being able to help people. And one of those good things is making another friend. If you have a friend like that, or a friend, let me explain that. If you have a friend that has gone through experiences that you couldn't even imagine, it's probably given them a new perspective. It's probably given them an ability to look at things from their own specific and special point of view. And if your goal is to surround yourself with people who are always able to help you, that you know you'll always be able to go to, then people like that are very, very powerful assets and very, very good allies to have. Powerful assets kind of made me feel like I was objectifying that a little bit, but you know what I mean. No offense. But it's good to make friends like that and always do your absolute best, even if you know it might not be exactly what they need to hear. It's always best to try. It's always best to try. And I mean, I'm sure they'll tell you if you're not helping, because you're not exactly in a compassionate state of mind whenever you're suffering. But at least in my experience, I can't say that for someone else. I'm doing exactly what I said I shouldn't do earlier. But I feel like if you're able to help them in any way, they'll come back to help you. And that's pretty much just a fact, unless, you'd like never ever see them again. But I've made countless friends, countless people that I know I can talk to, and countless people that come and talk to me about things because I've helped them before. I helped them see a different perspective, see a special perspective that I knew I could introduce to them. And it made them a lot happier. And it makes me absolutely ecstatic to know that I was able to do something for someone like that. And it made me want to keep doing it. And I feel like that is a very healthy thing to do. The passion to help people is one of the most powerful aspects of me, in my opinion. I absolutely adore being the person that people know they can go to, as you might have been able to pick up from earlier. But so long as I don't falter in that ability, which I don't think I will unless I lose all of my brain cells from watching YouTube. No. But as long as I don't if I stop training it, then I think that is where it will go away. And so I'm always looking for people to help, but I don't want to make mountains out of molehills either. I don't try and scale things up to a way bigger proportion than they need to go. But This started with me talking about being stuck and not knowing where to go. I have no idea where I got off track, but I feel like when I'm listening to this back, I will understand. On that note, I don't really know where else to go from here. And it's not that I'm stuck. I just feel, it's been 10 minutes, and I feel that's a good length for a little talk session like this. Thank you for tuning into the Phizcast. I've been your host, Physic, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.